Takumi, let's not beat around the bush. You want me to recommend my favorite killing games to you, right? Amateurs always expect to be spoon-fed information without putting in the work. I've had to shed blood and tears, trawling through miles of crap to find rare gems worth playing, you know? Killing game genres overrun with stale copycats and rip-offs. So many of them are more like a checklist of tropes than anything original. I can't talk to anyone who hasn't plunged into that cesspool of despair and tasted the indignity themselves. So anyway, my favorite killing game, right? I'm in the midst of making it right now. You'll just have to wait until it's ready. I'm gonna pull all these ideas floating around in my head together into the magnum opus of all magnum opuses. It's got high school kids killing each other while dungeon crawling. An escape room with gambling elements offering great cash rewards. Wow! Am I brilliant or what? Do you study a lot, Takumi? I don't. It totally bores me. It's not like my parents have any expectations for me either. Oh, I'm not saying it's pointless to study or anything, okay? I just don't want to end up too smart. Smart people have more things to worry about after all. Also, I don't dig the competitive spirit it promotes. Why do other people seem to like it so much? Trying to one-up one another when we're not even playing a killing game is just stupid. You can count me out. I'm feeling stupid for even talking about it. Regular society and everyday life are pure trash. My parents are good-for-nothing loafers, so I have to earn my own living. Doing what? I don't feel like talking about it. Just makes me remember how gross some clients can be. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter. It's not as bad as you think. Just a little bit. Somewhat. Sometimes I have to put on glitter makeup for work, and it's like, yikes! That's why I do my makeup the way I like it on normal days, and wear the clothes I like. I can't get into the right mood otherwise. Just trying to live life is already tough enough. What, do you think I look like a clown? I'm not offended. You think what you want, and I dress how I like. Besides, everyone needs a clown in their life to make them feel better. Even someone like me has a place in the world. I'm in despair! I was born in the wrong generation! I'm talking about adult games, by the way. Back in the day, they were so brutal! Even those who loved the hardcore stuff would be put off. But games like that have been discontinued and delisted, so you can't play them anymore. The public views people who love arrow gaze as loose cannons who can't wait to try those same things out in real life. We're so misunderstood. All I want to do is see pretty girls cry and put my character through a meat grinder. Believe it or not, some of these games even have fascinating stories and world settings. The larger the crime and the cost, the stronger the desire behind it. That's what the vice-amply rewarded thought process of sadism is all about, too. Want to step over into that world with me, Takumi? Let's dig out that brutal X-rated entertainment together. We'll explore a world dominated by as-yet unknown pleasures. You're all such good people working hard to protect the ones you love. I don't even know what I'm living for in the first place. I stay with a dad who doesn't work and annoys the heck out of me. He used to be nice. Until Mom left. And that's when he stopped working. Mom ran away with a younger man she met at her workplace. Gross! I hope they all die in a fire. Nah, I don't actually want them to die. I wouldn't mind dying myself, though. Does that mean I love them? I'm too stupid to figure that out. Wow, I've never told anyone about this except you, Takumi. Why is it so easy to spill my guts to you? Anyway, thanks. I feel like I can keep going because of you.
I'm so happy I can talk to you like this, Takumi. What shall we talk about? Someone important to me? Well, no one human, that's for sure. I'm so sickened by those who get close to me that I end up killing them. That's what happened to my parents, and so-called friends who tried to be nice to me. I covered my tracks very well, of course. In fact, people saw me as a tragic victim. Sorry. I can't stand looking at your ugly mug and breathing in your odious scent any longer. Let's stop here for today, shall we? Takumi, as much as your attention brings me delight, perhaps you should think about using your free time to study instead. Not the type of studying you do in school, of course. I'm talking about understanding your fellow humans better. Maybe you can find something in the library here. A legendary black book that portrays the dark side of human history, perhaps. Something containing graphic details about the most depraved crimes of human society. The history of mankind in all its ugliness. Once you find something like that, you'll be forced to admit the truth. And the truth is, humanity isn't worth protecting. Although in the end, what you choose to do is all up to you. I certainly won't be breathing down your neck about it. Getting mixed up in this war and having my righteous eyes exposed. My future plans are completely shot now. I was studying so hard to be a politician, too. I was going to massacre all the ugly humans after climbing to a top post in the Tokyo residential complex. I was chosen by these righteous eyes. So I have to do the right thing. You know who to look for if you ever change your mind and decide to destroy humanity instead of saving it. I'll be glad to lend you a hand. I'll even put up with your unsightly presence so we can do it together. I'm not trying to complain about you letting me live, but life in this place is just so boring. Can't you at least bring me a book or two from the library? Preferably something about Earth's beautiful nature. Ugly humans destroyed most of the books on that subject, simply because they're not interested in anything outside of their precious complex. But I get the feeling this library might have something. We can read about it together. A mere glimpse of the planet's natural beauty on a printed page would be enough to purify your heart. Then you'd be filled with consuming anger for the pernicious race that lay waste to it, just like I am. So why don't we have a nice, friendly reading session, Takumi? You never know what effect the right book may have on your life. I'm honestly surprised I can speak to another person like this. I've lived with this cognitive disorder for as long as I can remember. My parents even hospitalized me to keep me at arm's length. That was when I started my book reading habit. A kind-hearted nurse shared her recommendations with me. She looked vile and reeked like a corpse, but I appreciated the gesture. The longer I stayed in the hospital, the more determined I became to wipe out mankind. Say, Takumi, did you ever hear about a hospital that exploded and had a single child as its sole survivor? That was me. My first time killing other humans, and I haven't given up my dream of exterminating the human race yet. I'll never give up. It's my reason for living. In that sense, you could say the ugly humans I despise so much are also what's most important to me. You never cease to amuse me, Takumi. I've never bared my soul to anyone like this before. You are so hideously interesting. I'm still in disbelief. All these memories of mine were just made up? That humanity would stoop to such levels to force us to fight? This proves their ugliness beyond any shadow of a doubt. I'm no longer interested in recalling the past. The only good memories I have are of my time here with all of you. Even if I spent most of my time in a cage or outside the academy, it was still a good time. Well then, I shouldn't be wasting my energy thinking about those ugly humans I've never actually met. I'm done with that. Someone like me has no right to criticize.
Mr. Sumino, I would like to repay your kindness. Please tell me if there is anything you need done. You saved me, an enemy, from the Special Defense Unit, and even let me join the team. Please do not stand on ceremony. Give me your order, and it shall be done. If you wish for my devotion, you shall have it. If you wish to inflict pain on me, I am at your disposal. That is my purpose. Is there anything you would like me to do? I only wish to serve. I can help with any task you may want to complete. I've helped Miss Kawana with her machines before. It surprised me that I could do what she asked. Perhaps it was just muscle memory. I have also been helping some of the others out when they asked for it. Sometimes after dark. Who did I help? I'm sorry, but I cannot say. I was ordered to keep it a secret. I'm just glad to be useful. As your possession, it is only right that everyone makes use of me. Are you wondering if I still have memories of my time as a commander? I truly had no idea I used to be your enemy. I do remember some other things, though. Like how I used to be known as the Paragon of Nature, a title bestowed upon me by God himself. I was born with the ability to do battle. People like me are given a divine title. To unleash our abilities, we must transform into our battle form. It makes us one with God. I fought against the SDU using that power, did I not? But I never wanted to fight. I never... My head. I'm sorry. I always get terrible headaches whenever I try to remember the past. Please, excuse me. My head feels strange today. Or should I say, certain images keep drifting into it. Could these be memories? I keep seeing... my parents. They died in the war. My older sister and I were raised by our relatives, who were devout worshippers of God. They were so proud of my powers, always telling me I was destined to protect the planet, but I hated it. I never asked to be born with this power, or to be drafted into the war. I hated war and fighting to my very core. But because I was chosen to carry this power, because I was forced to join the war, sorry, my head, I'm afraid, I must stop here. My head, oh, my head, I feel like, I may be remembering something. Oh, that's Commune. My precious daughter. I promised to raise her as my own. Ever since her parents were executed by my sister, I wanted her to be happy. That is what I have to keep living for. Even if I must be enslaved, imprisoned, used like an object, I'll do it all so long as I can return to Commune someday. I want to go back. Ow! To my daughter. Please. Don't kill me. Huh? I'm sorry. What was I doing again? Oh yes, I must continue to make myself useful. Mr. Sumino, do not hesitate to let me know if you have any instructions for me. I will do all that I can to help you wipe out everyone on this planet. Your wish is my command.
When are we gonna get to leave this place? It's messing up my part-time job schedule. My schedule's filled to the brim with work every day. I like working though, so it's fine. It's super tiring, but I'd rather be at work than back home in my cramped, noisy house. All that work's how I learned to cook, too. And I learned how to DJ on the job. Manual labor pays the most, but I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I have a feeling I'll be running my own store sometime in the future, sooner or later. I'm counting on you to be a regular when I do. Buy lots of stuff from me, okay? Takumi? I bet you've been talking behind my back. Okay, maybe not talking, but definitely thinking, right? About how I'm selfish and always complaining. Ugh. I know I have bad traits, but I figure I have a right to complain too. My parents abandoned me. I was raised in an impoverished group home and had to put my wants and needs aside to look after my younger siblings. I know better than anyone else no amount of complaining or grumbling changes anything. So what's wrong with saying selfish stuff once in a while? I've always been holding myself back. At least let me vent and grumble a little now. And you know what? All this bad luck is gonna turn around and become good luck one day. I just know it. It wouldn't be fair otherwise. Just completely illogical. The universe will do right by me. I know it will. Hey, Takumi? Serious talk. Serious money talk. Do you want to donate some to me, like a crowdfunding kind of deal? I know what you're thinking, but just let me finish. I have a good reason for this. One of my younger sisters is sick and needs surgery to recover. But you know how it is with medicine. It's hella expensive, and I need as much money as I can find. I don't care if I get called a money grubber. I just want to see her get better. I'm asking you to chip in as well. You can give me whatever you like after we leave this war behind. Just so we're extra clear, I'm not making any of this up. I'd never joke about something so important. Your clothes are real nice, Takumi. I mean, everybody here dresses pretty nice. I'm not jealous or anything. It's all just cloth and fabric in the end, right? These clothes of mine? They're hand-me-downs from an older group home kid. They're still good. Our foster mom patched up the holes. It's enough. I'd rather spend whatever little money we have on food and home repairs than new clothes. I'm not complaining about that, but I do get annoyed when I think of the guy who passed them down to me. He just upped and vanished from the group home the moment he graduated high school. Mom and Dad were so worried, and our other siblings were shocked by his sudden disappearance too. The stingy dude probably just wanted to spend all the money he earned on himself. I'm not gonna be like that. I'd rather have poor-looking clothes than a poor heart. No, wait, that's taking it a little far. I don't really want to look poor. I don't need people's pity, just their money. Hey, serious talk here? I keep complaining about how my parents abandoned me, how I hate being poor, and how rotten my luck is. But in the end, I'm not really unhappy or anything. I still have my family. Even though we're not related by blood and they irritate me to no end, that's why I want them to be happy. Especially my mom and dad. They're way too nice for their own good, always trying to help. Not just us kids, but anyone they can. They end up looking totally exhausted every single day. But unlike me, they never complain about it. They could have chosen an easier life, but they didn't. People like that are the ones who truly deserve the best, don't you think? Once this war ends, I'll ask for a huge cash reward and use it to let them have some fun. I'll be the one to break down the unfairness of this world. Okay, that was way too serious. But I don't mind talking about this kind of stuff with you. Dad. Mom. My siblings. None of them ever existed? What a joke! What was I fighting for all this time? Although, that also means I was never really poor or in debt, right? That's cool, I guess. But I just can't imagine going back to a home without them there. I'll use my reward to live a happy life. For their sakes as well. I can't die until that happens. Not until I truly know what it means to live in the lap of luxury. We'll do it together. With our friends. Okay?
Oh, you want to know me better? I suppose I don't mind. I'm just a normal girl. I've always been serious-minded and inconspicuous. The only thing that sets me apart is my grades. Anyone can excel if they study enough. It's easily done in a world that acknowledges a person's industriousness. But that also meant that I had to suppress my own desires to live up to the expectations of others. Battle liberates me from that suppression. I can express myself fully without holding back. Oh, tearing the invaders apart is so very stimulating. This is the only place that allows me to shine as the person I truly am inside. These battles have set me free. I no longer need to care about what others expect of me. My parents were rather average people. Average to the point of tedium. Their hearts of gold compelled them to help others, even when we couldn't afford it. It honestly irked me for a time. So, I secretly went out and tasted life myself. I experienced all kinds of emotions, went to all kinds of places, did all kinds of things. Things someone like you would likely find to be too, stimulating. But it bored me to tears. They felt just like regular things to me. I am eternally grateful that I now know how to fight. It is the most irregular thing in my life. What would I have become had I not been fighting here? I can hardly imagine. Probably living a regular life like my parents while always searching for that one irregular thing to give it meaning. All of you fought the invaders for the first time at this school. I, on the other hand, had been fighting them at the Tokyo residential complex before this. They sometimes showed up at the complex. I would disguise myself when I fought them so as not to cause a commotion. I simply put on a mask that had been lying around in my room. People thought that I was some kind of mysterious villain. But since my face was concealed, I could exterminate the invaders with a smile on my face. Recently, the neighborhood kids even began cheering me on when they saw me fighting. What a bother. I can only hope they don't see me as some kind of hero. I want to become a doctor in the future. A surgeon. I'm confident I won't make any mistakes. The way I see it, that's the only profession where I can fully utilize my excellence. I'm not interested in making money or saving people, but succeeding in procedures considered to be impossible sounds appealing. I also intend to obtain a veterinary license so I can work on animals as well. Being shackled to any one hospital would be dreary. So I'll work freelance. Come find me if you ever get afflicted with an incurable disease. I'll test my skills on you. That would bring me very great pleasure indeed. Remember my ambition to be a doctor I mentioned before? There's actually something else I want from my future. I want children. I don't dislike them after all. And besides, excellent genes like mine deserve to be passed on. Marriage is not part of the plan. I wouldn't mind having multiple partners. The problem is actually raising the children. I cannot simply entrust them to babysitters all the time. Takumi, you love taking care of people. Let me know if you ever decide being a stay-at-home parent sounds like something you would want to do. I'd be willing to make you one of my partners. But be aware it will not be an easy task. I intend to give birth to as many children as possible. What an abominable truth we've learned. The regular life I'd come to abhor so much was nothing but a fabrication. I wanted a life that wasn't normal. But not like this. Still, moping around accomplishes nothing when we have better things to be thinking about. We have our whole lives ahead of us. We can do anything and be anyone we want. So, let's all move forward together.
I just can't stop thinking about it. Why are my dear sister and I the only middle schoolers? We're absolutely much better people, but I'm curious about why we're the only younger ones. Could it be that we were actually on some sort of reserve list, and we were suddenly picked to fill in for someone else after some kind of accident? Sorry, I guess you wouldn't understand such a complicated concept, Mr. Sumino. Please forget what I said, and continue being nice and considerate to your juniors. My dear sister and I have been on our own since we were very young. After our parents died, and our relatives abandoned us, we had to earn our living any way we could. But there weren't a lot of options for a pair of unskilled miners like us. We ended up doing a bunch of underground stuff. Those guys didn't care if we were underage, just so long as we made ourselves useful. You wouldn't believe the things I've done for money. When it comes to protecting my dear sister, nothing is off the table. I've done things that hurt others. Things that hurt myself. But I made sure to always have a smile on my face so my dear sister wouldn't be afraid. And thanks to the nice ladies who've been patronizing me, My income's been a lot more stable these days. Not only that, but I'll be hailed as a hero once this war is over, right? Sounds like my dear sister and I will finally be able to take it easy. Do you have some time to spare, Mr. Sumino? Then allow me to tell you about the job that's left the deepest impression on me. I was helping a financial firm that gave out black market loans with a ridiculous interest rate of 50% every 10 days. Needless to mention, only the truly desperate would ever approach a company like that. Gambling addicts, host club regulars, branded goods flaunters, and organizers of highly suspicious events. To name but a few, the CEO once said this of black market financing: "It's an occupation that puts an end to the life of human trash who pretend to be decent members of society." I didn't quite understand what he meant, but I agree with the concept that in this world, you either take or be taken, and I choose to be on the taking side. No one will ever take the people I care about from me again. Like all of you, I also have someone important whom I wish to protect. You don't have to be a genius to figure out I'm talking about Kako. Have you seen how cute her entire existence is? From her looks to personality, food preferences, and even her guardian spirit. The way she pouts with tears in her eyes after losing a game, to me, is so adorable too. And how she licks her ice cream in a balanced way so that nothing dribbles down. Kako was cute in the past, is presently still cute, and will doubtlessly keep being cute in days to come. My purpose in life is to protect her. I'd happily go through any suffering to achieve that. Sometimes I can't help but think about how lucky I am to have a dear sister I can protect with all my might. To be honest though, I've been seeing changes in her lately, and I don't like it. Oh no, I misspoke. Just pretend you never heard anything. Mr. Sumino, do you have a moment to talk? Kako and I have been together since we were born, and we vowed to die together as well. Recently, though, I've been feeling like we need to revise that vow. Kako is growing as a person, and I know that's only going to continue. No thanks to all your bad influences, of course. Give me my lovely dear sister back. But watching her the way she is now has made me realize something. I always thought I was trying to protect Kako, when all I was really doing was becoming codependent on her. I was forcing her to become my purpose for living. What kind of awesome older brother does a thing like that? So I've decided, even if it might take a while, to give Kako more space and do some growing of my own. I'll never be the kind of brother she can be proud of unless I become a man of many charms in my own right. Oh, but keep this a secret from Kako, all right? I'm only telling you this to harden my resolve. I want her to see me as a cool older brother of action, not words. Kako is the most important person in my life. So it doesn't matter that my memories were fabricated. I won't tell you guys to keep going as if nothing's changed though. This is a big revelation. That you've basically lost all the important people in your lives, along with the lives you thought you had. I don't know what the right thing to do is, but I'll keep following you guys like I always have. I do take some pride in the fact that I'm friends with all of you, see?
Takumi? Do you prefer spicy food or sweet food? How about sour or bitter? Light or thick tasting? I like it when they're all mixed together. A marriage of flavors, I think it's called. It's more fun when you can't guess what you'll be tasting and feeling in your next bite. This must be why people say food is so profound. I must continue to pursue its intricacies. Did you know, Takumi? I'm psychic. You don't believe me? I'm not lying. I get visions of the future and everything. The thing is, I can't control when it happens. The accuracy rate is also questionable. My visions don't always come true, but they really are visions of possible futures. I promise I'm not making it up. What happens is, I'll suddenly get a vision about a particular person. I see what's going to happen to them, like I'm watching a movie on fast forward or... It's difficult to explain, but I know you believe me. Don't you? I want to become a detective someday. They're so cool, right? Solving tricky crimes and nonchalantly exposing the truth behind difficult cases. I want to be a detective of justice. Someone who sides with the weak and disadvantaged. My father was a detective. That means I have an affinity for it too. I also enjoy reading mystery novels. And I'm sure my future sight will be useful for detective work. But there's actually another reason. Oh, never mind. It's nothing. Forget I mentioned it. Oh, Takumi? I want to tell you what I held back from saying the other day. About the other reason I want to become a detective? It's related to the traffic accident that took my parents' lives. My father was an impartial detective who would help the disadvantaged. But that made him a lot of enemies. I saw my first future vision a couple of days before the accident. A vision of my parents being killed by someone. At that time, I thought I was just having a nightmare. So all I did was cry and cry without telling anyone about it. I've always regretted that. I want to become a detective and find out the truth about my parents' deaths. To put right what I couldn't before. Oh, but please keep this a secret from my dear brother. He would definitely oppose if he knew. He thinks of himself as my assistant, but I don't really want his assistance for this particular case. Anyway, please don't ever let him know. I trust you, Takumi. My dear brother and I are always together. So I'm happy to be able to talk to somebody else for a change. Ima is so overprotective. I think that makes it hard for other people to approach me. He's probably like this because of how our relatives deceived us in the past. Working in the black market has also exposed him to the worst parts of human nature. I know he wants to protect me, but that's exactly why I have to become someone capable of standing on my own 2 feet. My dear brother is intelligent and does everything so well. The exact opposite of me. But I'm not going to give up. I'll keep growing. Unless I can strike out on my own, my dear brother will never be able to live his own life. I want him to pursue happiness in his own way. But I'd be too embarrassed to tell him all this to his face. Thank you for listening to me, Takumi. Please keep what I just said a secret, okay? Wait and see, Takumi. I'll make good on my determination. Everything I thought I went through was a lie. Both the good and the bad. But You're all here with me. My friends that I made here. You're all my first friends. You're as precious to me as Ima is. So I want to protect you, at the very least. No matter what everyone decides to do, I'll support you. Until the very bitter end, I'll stand by you. Because I love all of you. You commoners are truly filthy. I hear your bathrooms are actually attached to the house you live in. My lavatory is contained in its own building. Sleeping and eating in the same house as a toilet is inconceivable. You clip your own nails and clean your ears because you don't have servants to do it for you? How dangerous! And what's all this about not having a bottomless swamp to swallow up your larger trash items? How can you even live like that? And no security at all? The Osuzukis have our own private army. The more I hear about peasant life, the more aware I become of our different stations and responsibilities in life. The Osuzuki family is what's important to me. It's the only thing worth protecting in this world. Therefore, you are to shield me with your body when the need arises. Have I made myself abundantly clear? I can see your ulterior motive in talking to me. You want to butter me up and learn the Osuzuki family's secrets, don't you? That's the only reason why anyone would even think of approaching me. I'm all too familiar with these methods. Maybe I can talk to you just a little. I was given a personal tutor when I was little. I trusted that person with all my heart. I would tell my tutor everything on my mind. Not as an Osuzuki, just as a regular girl. But that person was a spy who applied for the position specifically to infiltrate the family. They hid their true identity and told me lie after lie. After being betrayed by the person I trusted the most, I could no longer trust secretive people. I hate it when anyone tries to hide things from me. It's something I just can't forgive. What happened to the traitor? Don't know, don't care. Probably swimming with the fishes in our bottomless swamp right now. You want to talk to me again? You really love me, don't you? Very well. I am in a pleasant mood, so I can spare you some conversational crumbs. Yes, it is about time I told you why a noble like me would wear something like this on my head. Do you know what the one thing I hate most in the world is? Tomatoes. Ugh, I've hated them since I was little. Wearing the thing I hate the most hardens me. As an Osuzuki, I cannot escape from the weight of the expectations placed on me. By putting my most hated object on my head, I cut myself off from weaknesses and naivete. This is a mark of my determination. Not that I expect a peasant like you to understand. Also, my true face is just too cute for this world. The mask is to keep that fact hidden. That too is something an average-looking man like you would struggle to comprehend. Come here and listen to me. There's something I've been wondering about lately. For quite a while, actually. And I don't mind sharing it with a huge Kotaro Osuzuki fan like yourself. I'm proud of the Osuzuki family and wouldn't hesitate to die for it. But I wonder, is that really enough? Should I simply walk on the path that's been prepared for me? I want to explore my own interests, live my own life, and blaze my own trail. I'm certain the experience I gain by doing that will be of great benefit to my family. The Osuzukis will become even more powerful and evolve into the Chosuzukis. That's what I've been thinking about. Exploring everything that life has to offer. I don't mean the kind of exploring we do outside the school, though. I've had quite enough of that for one lifetime. Takumi, I have something important to tell you. Thanks for waiting. It's really important, so I think I should tell you about it with my face uncovered. That whole life exploration thing the other day, I've never told anyone about that before. Now that you know, though, I feel like I want to do it more than ever. I want to get out there and explore. I'll work and save money while gaining life experience, all without relying on the name of Osazuki. Nobody would recognize me without the mask anyway. Maybe this was the real reason I put the mask on all along. Takumi, I'm telling you this for a reason too. You know how bad I am with general knowledge. I think it's going to be hard for me to get used to living like that. So I want you to support me. And maybe help me out once in a while. Since you know about my secret, you have to help. This is basically your sacred duty now, okay?
Let us speak of great things today, Sir Takumi. Do you wish to know the type of swords person I aspire to become? It is my cherished goal to become the world's best, nay, history's greatest swordswoman with my holy Jumanji sword at my side. How do I tend to achieve that? Not simply by tallying up victories and defeats, but by wielding my blade of justice for the weak and becoming a force for peace in the world. Hence, the current situation is the chance of a lifetime for me. When I banish evil in this war and leave behind a record of my glorious deeds, someone will surely turn it into manga. And then, in time, an anime studio will pick it up. I shall become a swordswoman whose story will live on forevermore. With that in mind, I've already shortlisted the names of potential voice actors. Let us speak of grand things today as well, Sir Takumi. What? You wish to know more about the holy Jumanji sword? You already know her blade of justice drinks the blood of evildoers with relish. Despite her usually reticent disposition, she has a wild side to her as well. I will never forget that cold winter day when I first met her. She was mistakenly delivered to my house from an online shopping platform, but the irresistible pull of fate made me take her in. I then bestowed the name Holy Jumanji Sword upon her, and decided we would embark on the path of swordsmanship together. She may not be the most well-known sword in the world, but the same goes for my own barely existent reputation. Therefore, we shall hone ourselves together. Besides, the Holy Jumanji Sword and I are perfectly compatible. I will never let her go. I wish to speak of great things with you, Sir Takumi. Pardon me? The type of person I like? That is a very awkward question. Perhaps someone sporty? Like a prince of the tennis court or a phantom basketball player? Oh, I have a thing for slightly risky men too. The type who would take cheap shots at other players or punch a teacher for changing the girl's uniform. I think Momotaro had a super sexy sword form too. And I dream of being roughed up by warlord Maeda Keiji. But when it comes to swordsmanship, there are plenty of Meiji samurai that are totally untouchable. And a certain nine-tailed fox ninja is my absolute angel. My reason for living. Oh, I'm terribly sorry for getting carried away like that. I think the Holy Jumanji Sword is getting jealous, so let us stop here for today. I would like for you to know me better, Sir Takumi. So allow me to share some details of my everyday life with you. Until recently, I lived with my master, who was also my grandfather, in a forest on the outskirts of the Tokyo residential complex. Grandfather was extremely strict, so we did more training than studying. I would learn language and history from any historical manga he procured for me. In fact, I had never interacted with people my age until I came here. That is why it fills me with such great joy to spend my days with all of you. I do miss the forests I used to live in, but enjoying my youth in a training camp environment like this has always been a dream of mine. So it all works out. My high school debut will be one to remember, and if occasional ecchi antics ensue, all the better. There are things in this life I must protect. That certainly includes my grandfather's legacy, who was my only blood relative. But there is more to it than that. I wish to protect all who are seen as weaker, whether they be young, elderly, male, female, animals, or even plants. I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, and let the holy Jumanji sword feast on the blood of the wicked. All I do for what is just. That is my way of the sword. Do you think me greedy? I will be the greediest person in the world if it brings justice. All the friends that I have made here come under my protection as well. You are my first friends. After all, the holy Jumanji sword and I shall keep fighting for the people we treasure. Rest assured that I will watch your back in any situation, Sir Takumi. I consider you a most excellent combat partner.
I'm no food critic, so any kind of meat is good enough for me. Beef, pork, chicken, whatever, as long as it's meat. I love it all. Meat is a superfood. A complete meal in itself. If you ever catch a cold or fall sick, just eat more meat. Perfect to eat before a major match, sudden date, business appointment, wedding reception, or funeral wake. Meat gives you the power to do anything you want. Oh, I just love meat. You're such a nice guy that I'll share my maidenly dream with you, Takumi. I want to become the top wrestler in the world. But once I do, I won't stay there for long. After bursting into everyone's world like a bright shooting star, I'll settle down and become a normal girl in charge of cultivating the next generation of wrestlers. And then I'll enjoy dating and regular stuff for a while before becoming a cosmetics producer and model. I'll make it rain money on the cosmetics industry by producing amazing products using all the knowledge I've gained from my beauty research. Finally, I'll become an actress. It would be a sin to let my lovely voice and major guts go to waste. But I'll have to survive this war first. I got way too much to do to let my life get cut short here. Do you ever watch pro wrestling, Takumi? We should go see a match with the others one of these days. Wrestlers are never shy about letting their rivals know what they're feeling, all while dishing out and receiving crazy moves with the utmost respect. A true pro always gets up, no matter how many times an intense technique knocks them down. That's the way I wrestle. It's not about winning, it's about getting up again even when you lose. A wrestler who loses in a way that touches the audience's hearts. That's the kind of wrestler I want to be. But I still need raw strength for that. You can't reach the top without power. It's a given that this is a dangerous sport. That's why we train our bodies so hard. But wrestling is more like a combat art. It takes real skill to impress the spectators and get them emotionally involved. I I train myself every day to make sure my moves will blow every bad thought out of the viewers' minds. My rival popped into my head just now, and now I really feel like training. Not my rival in love, mind you. A girl I met when I was first training to be a pro wrestler. I told you before that you needed absolute strength to succeed in this industry, right? That's why I tried out all kinds of martial arts, and I never lost, except to one person. It was a female martial artist who clinched the championship at an American MMA tournament. She'd remained unbeaten for more than 400 matches and was virtually the strongest hominid in existence. People called her Ogre. She was the same age as me. I couldn't believe how strong she was. But we've become good friends since then, and even go out for dessert and protein shakes sometimes. We spur each other on to greater heights. Thinking about her reminded me that I have to keep up with my training, even now. You know, I used to have a really weak constitution. I couldn't eat a lot of food, and I hated my veggies. But then I found out about pro wrestling. The first match I ever watched completely captured my heart. I made becoming a wrestler my goal in life, so I could stand in the same ring with my idol someday. After busting a gut training, I was finally able to invite my idol to my debut match. But I was criticized for not leaving enough of an impression. I was too good with my moves, for better or worse. Too stylish. No hint of desperation. And that made it hard for people to empathize with me. Wrestling is so hard to get right sometimes. So I broadened my wrestling horizons, even joining a heel faction called the Chronic Hematuriac Maniacs. When I was finally at the cusp of entering the realm of top wrestlers, my idol suffered a serious injury and got hospitalized. He's still there. Even to this day, I have to keep fighting to protect his place in the ring until he's ready to return. He's a masked wrestler who goes by the name of Anal Boss. Nobody does mysterious shtick like he does. I've never seen his face before, but he's basically my first love. Oh, no. Don't make me talk about romance. Forget what I just said. Oh. My tears automatically start flowing if I just stand around, so I've been doing squats all this time. And then I realized something. Doesn't matter if I'm not really a pro wrestler. It doesn't matter if the people precious to me aren't real, because those are things I can work toward from now on. My life has only just begun. Life is all about facing challenges, being brave, and making decisions without regrets. Every step we take opens up new paths. How else can we know where those new paths lead unless we keep going? Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. So let's all step forward bravely. Together.
Sorry for bringing this up all of a sudden, but do you like rolled eggs, Takumi? I've loved them ever since I was little, and I'll always go for them when I can. We can make them using the machine in the cafeteria, but they taste a little different from what I'm used to. There was a lady in my neighborhood who would care for me when my own mom wasn't around. I just loved the rolled eggs she made. Oh, how I wish I could have some now. Let's fight hard so we can eat the rolled eggs she makes together someday, Takumi. Is there anything special you want to do when this war is over, Takumi? Sorry, I must have caught you off guard. We're in turbulent times, after all. Back when I was in the Tokyo residential complex, I always wanted to see the outside world. That's come true now, although not in a way I expected. Come to think about it,
The people in charge made it so that there was hardly any information available about the outside world. That must have been so people would lose interest in it, right? Everyone went about their lives without ever thinking there was anything more to the world. I've always been interested in the outside, though. It was hard finding any library books ancient enough to mention it. Now that I'm actually outside and learning more, I understand why they did what they did. I'm thinking about all the things I can try when this is all over. Maybe I'll get a dog. I love dogs. I always wanted to have one at home. You need a license to keep a pet in the TRC, and they have a lot of conditions. But I'll make it happen. I'll have my own dog one day. This may sound weird, but I'm starting to think life here isn't so bad after all. Apart from the fighting, of course. I fight because I have no choice, not because I like it. I was always occupied when I was little and never got to play with friends. I pretended to be fine, but I was really lonely deep inside. Can you believe I've never watched a movie with friends before? How can a person make friends or a boyfriend like that? I mean, it's not like I especially wanted a boyfriend. I'm sorry. This is becoming awkward. My movie interests were quite different from those around me anyway. I preferred vintage stuff. I'm really into movies set when humanity was still living on Earth. With an interest like that, it's going to be hard to find someone to go to the movies with me, huh? What's your future dream, Takumi? I realize I've never thought seriously about it before. I was always so busy with experiments and training. But if we save mankind by winning this war, I'm going to find my own dream. After resting first, of course. I'll spend some time finally living like a normal high school girl. I'll hang out with friends after school, get excited about Christmas and Valentine's Day and stuff like that. Oh, but I'll need to find someone who makes me excited for those festivals first. I've never given anyone Valentine's chocolates before. What about you, Takumi? Have you ever received chocolates from anyone? What am I asking? I'm sure you have. Sorry for the silly question. I basically lived and breathed experiments and training when I was little. They told me the project would save all of mankind, so I got totally engrossed in it. It wasn't easy, but I endured everything, believing I was doing it for a greater cause. Who could have guessed it was all to train and prepare me to fight in a war? I snuck in on an impulse, but I'm glad I did now. I don't want everything I've done so far to be meaningless. And I can't let you guys fight on your own when you were kept in the dark for so long. Fighting scares me, but I know I didn't make the wrong choice by going into that capsule. When I saw you guys there, I just knew I had to go with you. In the end, I'm just so glad I was able to get to know all of you. Let's stay friends after the war, okay? But first, we have to win. I'm not worried. I have faith we can do it together. We'll make it happen. What I told you the other day is exactly what I'm thinking now. As a human, I feel terrible that we've treated you so badly and forced you to fight. I have no right to say this, but I don't think someone or something is fake just because it only exists in your memories, because those memories still moved you. Your memories of Kadoa drove you to action, right? So please, don't ever forget Kadoa. Cherish those memories you have of her. I think that would make her very happy. It's just a feeling that I have.
I asked Sirei why he named me Shion. Apparently, it's deeply meaningful. And there's a flower known by that name as well. It blooms in the Tokyo residential complex. And it's meant to convey, I won't forget you. I guess it's a fitting name for someone who's destined to disappear soon. When all this is over, I hope I'll continue to live on in your memories. I'm still awestruck by how I can converse with everyone like this. I always thought I would die in that capsule without ever interacting with anyone. I knew I could manifest myself like this, but I didn't think my voice would reach anyone. But it did. All because you came back from the future, Takumi. I'll always be grateful to you for that. Thank you for making my wish come true. Thank you for being friends with someone like me. I suppose it's too soon to be thanking you yet. But I wanted to say it while I still had the chance. I've lived my whole life in that capsule, not being able to come out for anything. But while I couldn't move or speak, I could still think. They used some special audio equipment to educate me. Everything I know about the TRC and the people I'm meant to protect, I learned from those lessons. I do sometimes wonder what life would have been like if I had been born normal. But there's no real point thinking like that. This is who I am. I'm proud of the fact that I can save everyone. It's something only I can do. Still, if there's really such a thing as a next life, I hope that we'll all meet again someday. There is something I'd like to have tried if I'd been born a normal kid. That's sports. I don't quite understand what it feels like to exercise. I learned about sports through my audio lessons, but I can't actually play any sports myself. What about you, Takumi? Have you played any sports before? Is it fun? Do you get really into it? There are a lot of other things I wish I could do as well, but would be here all day if I told you about all of them. What I wanted most was to talk to everyone, though. And that's already come true. So I'm more than content with how things are. While inside the capsule, I always tried to imagine what it would be like to have friends. Now that I'm friends with all of you, I finally understand. And it's so simple. Talking with friends brings joy and happiness. It makes you forget about the bad things and troubles in your life. Not just that, it makes you feel more like yourself. Because friends draw out the best in you, and that gives you the strength to carry on. I'll die at the end of this war, but I'm not afraid. Because I'm giving up my life for my friends. It's truly a blessing to be able to have friends that you're willing to die for. So please, allow me to stay friends with you until the final day comes. That is what happiness means to me. All of you were created with me as a base. That means I am the source of all your anguish. I'm sorry for that. This war would never have happened if I'd never been born, or if I'd died sooner. This whole thing is my fault. But I still want to ask for your forgiveness and stay friends with you. If you've found something to live for, I'll be right behind you, giving you the strength to carry on. It's the least I can do. Because using my life for you is the only meaningful thing I can live for now. I love all of you so much.
Hey, Takumi? I know I'm repulsive, but I would still like to make friends with you. I keep having a strong urge to talk to you about something, but no topic in particular ever comes to mind. As to be expected from the empty husk I am. Let's see. My hobby is playing with dogs, but I can't think of anything else. Books, comics, anime, or TV shows, none of these are for me. I can't empathize with any of the stories or characters. I get impressed that they have such grand ideals when I don't have any. That's about it. What do I usually think about? I don't even know. Probably counting sheep or something equally mundane. Oh, I'm sorry for being so boring. And I'm really sorry for wasting your time. Oh, I'm sure you're never going to talk to me again after this dreadful conversation, but I just wanted you to know that it's been a pleasure. Takumi! You actually want to talk to a useless piece of muck like me again? That's so nice of you! Nobody's ever paid me this much attention before. My parents and teachers pretend I don't exist. My dog Leo is the only one in my life willing to look me in the eye. Leo always makes me laugh. When we go on walks together, he runs away at top speed the moment I relax his leash. I then carry him back, but he bites me when I touch him and pees on my face when I'm asleep. Oh, that's just how we poke fun at each other. We're best buds, really. I'd introduce you to him one day, but once we're released from here, you and I will go back to being strangers. I mean, I know we're strangers even now. Oh, I'm sorry for assuming we were friends when we're not. I'll cherish this conversation forever, because I know you'll never want to talk to me again. Thank you for always being so kind to me. You're talking to me? Again? How can you bear to waste brain cells on this catastrophe of a bonding event? Kind-hearted saints like you give bottom-of-the-barrel sludge like me hope for the future. As a token of my appreciation, please punch me. It's great stress relief. Being tough as nails is my only forte, so there's no need to hold back. Yeah, I've always been physically tough. As a natural-born loser, I can't fight well, but I'm great at being beaten up. It still hurts, but I never get any major injuries from it. Even if I fall from a pedestrian overpass or get hit by small cars, I usually walk away unscathed. I never once thought my toughness would be useful in any way, though. I just hope it can help you guys in this war. Imagine, scum like me becoming helpful to someone. That really would make me happy. Takumi, I have a major favor to ask of you. Please be my mentor. I've started thinking that I want to change. Of course, just thinking won't actually change anything, but it's a big step for a lowlife like me to even think about it. I look up to you, Takumi. I admire the way you guide us as our leader. So, please, you can kick or trample me as much as you like. I promise I'll never sue for harassment. You can even whack me with an ashtray. I'll do anything, including wiping your backside. So, please, make me your protege. Oh! I'm probably putting you on the spot by springing this on you so suddenly. I'll need to become stronger before you can consider me a worthy student. But I'll never stop asking until you say yes. I may be imagining it, but I feel like my loser energy's gone down by a lot lately. I still hate fights and confrontations, but I'm not as allergic to them as before. Do you think it's because of my combat experience here? I guess in that sense, this war hasn't been all bad for me. Anyway, if even someone like me can grow to this extent, hey, you and the others have the potential to grow even further. I've decided to try to like myself better in order to grow as a person. If Leo can love me, maybe I can learn to love myself too. It's difficult to love a spineless, squirming pest like me, but I still have to try. I know I'll never be able to stop belittling myself as the insignificant worm I am, but I'll give it my best shot. My memories were the worst of the worst. I never had great memories like all of you did. I'm really shocked that Leo doesn't exist, though. I'm not sure if I can ever recover from that, but I can't just wallow in despair. We had to kill Ava to learn this truth. I'll bear the guilt of killing her. There's only one way I can do that now, and that's to help all of you keep living. To connect the life I've consumed to other lives. If it comes down to it, I'll protect your lives with my own. For Ava's sake as well.
I gotta hand it to you, Takumi. You've got good taste. Hey, when this war is over, let's rip through town on motorcycles together. No license? Just hop on the back of mine. My seats even come with fancy leopard print. It's a deal, yeah? We'll go faster and fast and see what happens. Hey, Takumi, you wanna come with me to our next meetup? I gotta introduce you to some of my pals. Don't be afraid, they're all good people. Just one thing, they're like morning people. Old folks tend to be early risers. You wanna know what the meetup's for? Working out to keep everyone healthy, what else? Our frenzied dance moves put the pros to shame. You gotta see it to believe it. Hey, so after the war's over, wanna come hang out at my place sometime? I mean, it's just a rundown shack, but I guarantee you won't find better food out there than what my mom makes. People are always visiting her bar for the food, so there's gotta be something about it, right? And she doesn't have the best temper in the world, but she did raise me single-handed. I think she'd be relieved to see that I've got myself a friend like you, Takumi. One warning, though. She looks really young for her age. People always think she's my sister or something. Don't you dare hit on her. You getting me? Let's not make this weird. I always used to watch the house by myself when I was a kid. Couldn't stand to see anything unfair or wrong, so I'd always be fighting with someone. My mom was busy with her bar work all day and night. I'd be bored out of my brains. That's why the old coots in the neighborhood basically raised me. They taught me to play chess and made my meals real old-fashioned eating, you know? And that was how Takamaru the Tyrant was born. I want to do all I can to repay those old folks by building their strength and helping out with their housework. That way, they can keep living for as long as humanly possible. My old man died when I was a kid. Don't remember much about him. Only thing I remember clearly is how he'd tell me not to be trashy and to always be cool. A trashy guy bullies the weak, and a cool guy stands up against the powerful. And we can talk all day about what weak and powerful really mean, but my old man was definitely thinking about brute force. Women, children, and the elderly tend to be weaker, you know? So he'd always tell me it was a real man's duty to protect them. He died doing just that. He pushed a kid out of the way of a fallen girder from a construction site and took the hit himself. I promised my old man I'd be a cool guy. That's why I'll never hit women or kids, even if it kills me. And I do all I can to help old folks, too. That's the Takemaru Yakushiji way of life. Shit, man. I was trying not to think about it, but it just keeps coming up. This pain is too freaking real. My mom, her bar, my old man, the old folks in the neighborhood, my pals, none of them were real. Just figments of my imagination. This is a bunch of BS. It's like nothing matters anymore. But you know what? I ain't gonna give up on life. I know you guys are going through the same hell I am right now. I don't know what's right or what's wrong anymore, but one thing's for sure. I'll protect all of you if it's the last thing I do. 'Cause that's the real Takemaru Yakushiji way of life.
Remember how I told you my grandpa runs a workshop? He works on all kinds of stuff there, but mainly cars. His hobby is making his own custom cars. And before you ask, no, he doesn't race them on the highway or anything. But he does test drive them someplace else. I eventually got to help with them as well. My folks got super mad about it when they found out, though. I wish I could get my license and start driving for real. If I start dating, I want it to be with someone who owns a ton of awesome cars. Oh, wait. People like that are usually on the wrong side of the law. Or am I being prejudiced when I say that? Whatever. I'll just buy my own cars. All I gotta do is win the lottery first. Did you learn any skills when you were younger, Takumi? I had to learn the piano and lots of other stuff, but I didn't enjoy any of it. My parents made me learn, so I did. That's all. Weirdly, though, I've always been enamored with machines. I never liked studying or sports, but tinkering with machines? Oh, even an earthquake couldn't make me stop. I guess it just suits me. I'm thinking of working at Grandpa's workshop after I graduate from high school. I haven't told my parents yet because I just know they'd be against it. I didn't tell any friends either because they'd think I was weird. So, I guess you're my first? Don't tell anyone I told you, okay? I have a lot of friends, but it's been a little tiring talking to them lately. I don't want to sound like an old woman, but all they talk about is anime, pop idols, and fashion. I try to keep up with the latest trends, but I always end up tinkering with some machine instead. Hours fly by without me noticing and nothing else goes into my head. But I still love hanging out with my friends. So, I guess I'll have to try not to stand out too much. I'm not forcing myself to fit in, okay? My friends understand that's just who I am. I tend to get tongue-tied in front of new people, though. The other day, I was dragged along to a mixer and ruined the mood because I could barely hold a conversation with anyone. I've still got a ways to go before I can even think about dating, huh? Have you ever thought about what you'll do after we get out of here? I have. There's a ton of stuff I want to do. Eat dessert with my friends, sing some karaoke together, go shopping, go to a hot spring with my family. I mean, we
We deserve a little fun after fighting so hard for mankind, right? Maybe they'll even give us cars. No, wait. I'll upgrade the equipment at the workshop. I'll invent a next-generation car that can move on land, through water, and in the air. Then we can fly around and go wherever we want. A vehicle like that should be a piece of cake for artificial satellite technology. Just thinking about it is making my heart beat faster. I can't wait to get started. Uh-oh. I'm rambling on about my niche interests again. Sorry for making you listen to that. Takumi, do you have a girlfriend? Sorry, I'm not trying to be weird. It's just, I'd like some advice on how to get a boyfriend. Some of my friends have started dating guys lately. It never seemed like something I'd want to do, but now I do feel a little envious of them when they talk about it. Being in love sounds like so much fun. The thing is, I don't think I could ever have a relationship with someone my own age. I wear clothes that I can move around in comfortably, but boys are always giving me lewd looks. Then they approach me, thinking I'm easy because of the way I dress. So, I definitely go for someone older. Someone who sees beyond that kind of stuff. Someone who'd comfort me when I throw up because of nerves. Oh, and he has to understand machinery. Or better yet, someone who can tinker with machines with me. But where am I gonna ever find someone like that? If you know someone, you have to introduce us, okay? If I can't find someone like that, though, I guess I can settle for you. Nah! Just kidding. I still can't believe it. All of my memories were fake. My family, Grandpa's workshop, all of my friends. I won't believe that none of them are real. Maybe they're all actually still there, in the Tokyo residential complex. I hope so, anyway. I really hope so. Oh, I'm sorry. You're being concerned about me, and all I'm doing is moping. I'm still struggling to sort out my feelings, but sitting around and being gloomy won't solve anything. Thanks for coming to talk to me, Takumi. I feel a little better now.
I told you before that I come from a family of assassins. My parents, 2 older brothers, myself, and my younger sister were all professionals. Our house is fairly normal looking on the outside, but there's a large complex underneath it. Training halls, weapon stores, body modification labs. You name it, we've got it. My old man's a legendary assassin. He uses a code name in the underworld and goes by a fake name in the real world. Not even I know what his real name is. In fact, I barely remember what his voice sounds like. He's timid by nature and never allows anyone to stand behind him, not even family. Being timid is indispensable for detecting enemy traps and finding a way out of tough spots. Or so I've heard. I bet you're wondering whether I should be sharing so much private stuff about my killer family with you, right? Don't worry. Since I already told you, I'll have to kill you myself one day. Good talk, Takumi. Let's do this again sometime. Each member of my family has a favorite MO and murder instrument. My father's a sniper. My mother uses martial arts. My oldest brother uses poisonous blowing darts. They're faster than bullets in his hands, and he uses them to achieve different goals.
My second brother's a bomber. He has a ton of explosives at his disposal. Remote detonation, point blank, he's got a bomb for every occasion. My sister takes after our mom with one difference. She's got superhuman strength. People let their guards down because she's just a kid, and then she kills them before they know what's happening. You can imagine how intense things get when we get into a family squabble. I'm not privy to the details, but I heard Mom and Dad's first meeting was particularly volatile. I'll introduce you to them one day, if we make it back alive, that is. I think you've heard enough about my family. Here's something about me. As boring as it may be, you could say I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm a pretty darn good assassin if I do say so myself, but my family, they're outright killing machines. My dad decided to modify my body in order to better harness my potential. It did boost my assassination skills, but that was never the issue. The issue was my heart. Deep down, I knew killing for a living wasn't for me. If I had to kill someone, I wanted it to be someone I chose, in my own time, in my own way. That's why I never got any better at my job. How could I, when I was doing it so reluctantly? I'm going to quit someday. I'll have to tell my family about this decision too, but not today, and not anytime soon. I can't even imagine the chaos that'll erupt when I break the news. Can you come with me to help convince them? I promise you'll get home safe afterwards. In pieces, if need be. I've killed plenty of people as an assassin, albeit reluctantly. I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing, so there aren't many targets that left an impression on me. But I do remember one particularly bizarre job. My target was staying in a heavily guarded VIP hospital room. When I finally managed to sneak in, I saw a very young girl in bed there. She was the daughter of a rich family, but she had a chronic, debilitating illness. Her parents had been subjecting her to all kinds of treatments to prolong her life. Unable to bear with the pain any longer, she decided to put an end to it all. So she used her own savings to pay me to kill her. I fulfilled her request in the swiftest and most painless way possible. That was when I first realized that there could be mercy in murder. So if you ever want a merciful death for yourself, you know who to call. I'd like to tell you about someone dear to me that I want to kill. A while back, I bumped into a fellow assassin. We'd somehow ended up with the same target. It's the unspoken rule of the industry that you have to fight to the death when that happens. I was at the peak of job dissatisfaction at that point, and honestly thought I'd rather just let the other person kill me. To my surprise, the other assassin was a high school girl around my own age. She was unhappy with the whole assassination thing too, and she wanted me to kill her. Obviously, we didn't kill each other. In fact, we started talking. We kept in touch after that. We weren't family, friends, or lovers, but we had a connection. She tried to kill herself a few times, but her self-preservation instincts always kicked in before she could finish the job. The choice to die on her own terms had been taken away from her. So she asked me for a favor. She asked me to kill her and free her from this life of misery. One day, I got word that she was in a coma after sustaining some major injuries. But right after that, I ended up here. I'll keep fighting so I can keep my promise to her. Once I get back to the TRC, I'll find her and kill her. Not just because she asked me to, but also because deep down in my heart, I've developed a true desire to take her life. Thanks for listening to my rant. Now you're making me feel like killing you too. It was all a fleeting illusion. I'm shocked that the girl I promised to kill was never real. But on the other hand, I did hate my previous life. This means I don't have to kill against my will anymore. In fact, I don't have to kill anyone, period. I can be whatever I want. That's not a bad feeling at all. Honestly, though, I may still try to kill the mastermind behind all this mess when I get back to the satellite. Then we can truly live in peace and security, and find the happiness we've been searching for together.